You're watching CNBC On Demand.
History and sold it for a reported $100 million.
Business is personal.
$250,000 starting salary, 5% options over 5 years.
You eat what you kill.
For a medical app that's showing signs of success. But his investor, who's also his brother, when business partners can't agree and final decisions need to be made, they come to Money Court. Grew faster than e-commerce for the first time ever, making business owners rethink their digital strategy.
Like this. Video content, social media, that's what I'm good at, and that's what I know works.
Alex is
Brings you here.
My name is Gentry, and I am the face of Gentry Quinn Makeup and Skin. To pivot and move that way. I feel like the only thing that we've ever done in the past 8 years
So your 50% gross margins.
How are you doing it now? Describe your work environment. Describe the.
I want to create that to scale up, create the hybrid version of the business by investing in a small piece. It's very
This is my I Dream of Coffee eye butter for dark circles and puffiness.
Gotta try it.
You'll love it.
You tap. You
It
tap.
smells wonderful.
You do a little
Oh,
tap.
I'm dreaming of coffee.
Yeah, do you smell it? It's
Have any sparkle or shine in it, so women can usually actually use it all over their face.
These are great.
Organic traffic to the website, but after we had that, he was able to be more pointed with the
$1,000 of inventory.
I mean, one of the challenges, you have a bunch of products that don't sell as much that you have inventory in, and
It needs a lot of work.
So what, 100,000?
Yes.
$500,000. How much debt you have now? By a factor of 100x. I mean, you had a whole generation of people in their 50s and 60s going into the pandemic never.
Martians to this land to sell beauty products.
150,000 in sales is just the beginning of something. This
Look good.
it will pay back with interest. And at the same time, we can own something finally.
And something
So the point of leverage for you, Gentry, is to get more production capabilities. Sell
My mom's ring and do it all in the right way.
You're old school, and I like that about you, okay?
I have, but I have taken on debt, and to do the
Not
three.
when you're doing basically, I mean, like I always do.
Look, well, she made you look pretty. All right, I can't wait to try the rest of the products.
We'll call you back when we have a verdict.
Thank you.
Thank Something needs to change in many
Okay,
different verticals.
they don't have to buy. They can rent a space to. And that way they don't have the $500,000 risk.
And we say that it's not a $500,000 space, it's a $250,000 space.
Revenues up to $500,000 in the next 24 months.
Well, then before they borrow.
Because they will. Okay, great. Welcome back. Bethany and I. And get it out of the house. Max $100,000 and a small business loan.
The 100,000. any debt now, you are not throwing money away because you'll get a credit. And
You have 2 years to get sales from 150,000 to 500,000, and you're taking. In other words, profitable customers. That's the key.
Yes.
the line is good, but I think you need to tighten.
Have to think about it anymore.
I believe their goal that they gave us to get to $500,000 in sale is very.
Forever, and he does want to have something else to sink his teeth
All right.
into.
All right. Next case.
Yep.
Our next case is about doctors, brothers, business, money.
Pricing before they commit to any tests or procedures, saving them thousands of dollars and avoid. Practice to make his side hustle his main source of income.
The big question is, how do I make
This time, I'm asking him to consider focusing more on the platform's reach and rather than his.
can choose whichever doctor they want or procedure they're interested in, and then after putting in their contact information,
Because if I'm a high-end plastic butt surgeon, I want to charge a premium.
Absolutely. So they would go into the services through the price estimator. So labs or x-rays or skincare products, even Botox fillers.
Of the No Surprises Act, I feel like the time is now to go after that market.
Can you explain?
Investment and be compliant with the act.
How did it used to work before the act?
Before the act, you would get surprised. Insurance would cover some of it. Maybe it wouldn't cover any of it. If it was out of network, you really may be on the hook for the entire.
The business is growing. It's been growing well for the last 10 years.
How many subscriptions do you have?
We have we made 108,000, and this year, because of the No Surprises Act, we're on track to bring in $250,000. We're in San Francisco. Obviously, it's a more expensive area. The practice is good. We have 4 employees.
It's a remarkable situation. How many times do you spend 8 years building a platform and then
I'm conflicted because I think you're right. I think a physician who made the app and understands it and
What percentage are you in your office?
Well, so that's the thing is that, if I had 2 different desk jobs, I could switch between.
That's real.
But I don't like him focusing on business and surgery.
Where's the contract that defines?
Dr. Jonathan Kaplan give up his practice to be more fully involved in his medical pricing app.
The other 10. That's 100%. A company like this, with a concept that's kind of proven with 50. Classic startup model.
That business doesn't make enough money for the CEO, so who's paying the CEO?
They're going to have to invest. CFO and a sales manager, and let those people build their teams based on the ramp rate.
I think we should just to earn it. Yes.
You have to stay in the business for 5 years. You get them on a quarterly basis.
Yes, exactly.
You're hooked in there. But
Concept, you are not going to quit your job. We need you to focus on your social media, the education.
some amazing man or woman that came out of this space that knows it inside out, and you're going to that pool will be available for your employees, but you let the CEO deal with that. You're the brand, you're the man.
business.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Take care.
I really appreciate the roadmap that they provided. It was
It's not worth it.
A Caribbean soul food restaurant, the Blue Marlin Bistro in Atlanta, Georgia. It began as a
I've invested $50,000 of life savings into this business. I worked hard for that over the years. Decided to take on this business venture. My best friend of more than 30 years told me that
Or what?
In exchange for me to be in this business 50-50 with her, it was brought to me.
it was never a contract.
How did you pay, and do you have any of this by email?
No, I don't have anybody.
Money, or you're putting in the sweat equity in the business?
Well, I've put in $50,000. My initial investment. When they'll make a U-turn. So the business is suffering.
So you still don't have a liquor license?
Yes.
You're doing more than just marketing. You're putting in sweat equity, too. You're
Exactly.
sitting on a fryer.
And I'm there with her.
festival?
We was at a pop-up Caribbean festival, and I was selling comforters. Comforters is
Okay.
I was figuring the way to just wake up the taste with the new batch is to add a little more salt.
Were there
eating other things at the festival, so their taste buds could have been thrown all the way off.
Oh, people are pretty savvy.
I saw her pouring salt into the batter.
Yes, I did. After she walked away, I politely turned around. Me like, oh, you should have did that.
And how did you
No.
feel? Like, what happened
I
in the
felt
moment?
small, like. Yes,
Because
I
you
did.
owned half the business.
Yes, I did.
Investment in Quinn's restaurant and end their 30-year friendship.
This food has caused a lot of pain and misery.
Season it too much or add so much salt.
I like that. Status of your relationship now, your 30-year friendship. Are you friends anymore?
Not really. I mean, if I'm investing and I'm supposed to be 50-50 partner with you, why can't I make a
do it because we grew up together. All of our kids are the same ages, the same zodiac sign. We read each in a strain because she's the person that I talk to every day. She's the person that I confide in, and vice versa.
This relationship this way, and we think you need each other. So
The contract. No business can start without a contract and very clear, detailed points.
each other. You can't start with frictions.
Well, I'm
So, do you agree with this verdict? Are you going to execute it?
I agree with it.